What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the 10-Minute Clinic, the show where I talk about whatever the fuck I want. Remember that it's unfiltered and unscripted, and basically this is just a form of therapy for me. With that being said, therapy's in session, y'all. As you can tell, today we are at a different angle, we're wearing a different colored shirt, we're basically turning over on a whole new leaf this week, month, day, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So, whenever you're watching this episode, it's probably like maybe a day after I filmed. So today I worked a lot, and that was kind of cool. But yesterday I got fired. So I was working two jobs. I was working at this one place that I'm working now, and I was also working at Applebee's. Well, whenever I started working at this one place that I'm working now, I went down to part-time at Applebee's, and basically I was a trainer there, and I missed one of the meetings, so then I got written up. But the funny thing is, nobody told me about this meeting that I had to go to. So I think that's kind of weird that I got written up for a meeting that I didn't attend, that I wasn't told about, because I work a second job, and that's where I was when this meeting was happening. So it seems to me like they're just looking for a reason for me to leave, right? Well, basically, yeah, that's what happened. So they took 2 write-ups that I had from when I first started working there for being late, because if you're more than 15 minutes late, you get a write-up, and they had me close and then come and open the next morning. I just think that was ridiculous, so I slept through my alarm and I was like 30 minutes late, so I got written up, and that happened 2 times. So that was over a year ago, and then I got written up for missing this meeting or whatever, and basically they were like not gonna tell me if I still had a job or not. I was trying to get other people to find out for me because I wasn't gonna drive up there just to get fired. Like, no, that's fucked up. I'm not gonna waste my gas to lose my job. But anyways, I was gonna put in my 2 weeks notice on Saturday, and they fired me on Friday. And I told the hiring manager, the scheduling manager, whatever you want to call him, I told him that I was like, hey, do I still have a job? If so, on my shift on Saturday, I'm gonna turn in my notice. My last day is gonna be August so and so. You know, basically just letting him know that I'm putting in my notice, and it's gonna be at the end of next month. So, me thinking I'm just going to have a couple of weekend days over the next month, was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then he never got back to me, so I sent him my schedule, and then I was asking my other coworkers, I was like, hey, can y'all find out if I still have a job or not? No one's answering me or anything. So then one of them tried to find out, and she told me that our general manager said I had to come up there to find out, and I, like I just said, I wasn't going to come do that. So, basically, one of my friends and coworkers, but she's also my friend, I love her so much. She's not gonna have a name yet because I don't know how many more stories I'm gonna tell of her, so right now she's just gonna be friend. Basically, she came to see me at work one day because I've been like trying to get her to come up there because she lives like 20 minutes away from work, and then is basically a straight shot to where she at Applebee's. So yeah, I was like, come see me before you go to work one day, I'll get you a sandwich or whatever. And basically, she was like, oh yeah, manager M, he told me that you're not coming back, you weren't allowed back here, this, that, the other. And I was like, oh, really? So then basically I called up there, they're like, yeah, we're gonna have to part ways with you. So basically that's the story of how I got fired from Applebee's for no reason. Well, kind of for a reason, but not for a reason. Like, a reason that was really dumb, and the way that it was gone about it was so fucking stupid. And honestly, there was so much shit that could have been gone about different ways, and there are things that are not done very professionally there, and that's all I'm going to say on that. If you want a longer story time about all the things wrong with Applebee's, let me know, and I'd be happy to tell you about them. Maybe not yet, but at some point, I'm sure something will come out whenever I figure out what I'm doing with this situation, because I do want to take it further, and I do want something to be done about it, because I think it was done incorrectly. So, moving on, moving on from that, I want to talk about, I don't know what I want to talk about, actually. I think I'm just gonna, like, let it come to me, honestly. So let me just sit here for a second and think about how, like, I really like how the grass is sometimes really, really long. Like, I actually really like long grass, like Bermuda grass. My Mima used to have Bermuda grass in her front yard, and it was always so soft, and it made me really happy. So I've always wanted that kind of grass, but I've never had it anywhere else, and it kind of makes me sad. And now she doesn't live in that house anymore because she's moving out, because the house is really big and too much for her to take care of, because she's getting kind of old right now. So we're currently building her a cabin. I think that's kind of cool. I want to live in a cabin. I almost had a tiny house built for me, but then a lot of stuff happened, and now I'm living in a loft, and I have this cool porch now, so I guess it's all good. If you know the backstory of that, then you know, and if you don't know, then you don't know. And I'm probably not going to tell it, so at some point you might hear it, but you probably won't, so don't stick around for that. But do stick around for this Instagram that's probably not going to come out anytime soon. But I am going to keep plugging it because consistency. You know, you got to be consistent with these type of things if you want people to consistently watch your stuff consistently. For consistency, of course. I wonder how many times you can say the same word in the same sentence at the same time, you know? That's so dumb to think about, honestly. I had this concept. Everyone always tells me that I have really, really sloppy handwriting, and I know. I write like a fucking 5-year-old. Whatever. Fuck it. I think it's just because I write fast, though, because when I put my time into it and I write really slow, then I can, like, write really neat. And then I tested it today. I was just, like, I write poetry and stuff sometimes. Ow, this one's hurting my ear a little bit. But I write poetry and stuff sometimes, so, I was writing today, and I was like, let me just see if I write slower, if it looks better. And it did. Crazy how that works. But I think I've always been, like, impatient, right? So I think that I'm trying to get stuff done because my mind thinks so fast sometimes that if I don't, like, write to keep up with it, then, like, it's not gonna, like, get written down at all, honestly. Because I think that, like, I move from one topic to another so fast when I'm trying to write that I'm just trying to get it all down on the page, and I don't really care what it looks like because I can usually read it for myself and it doesn't matter. So if I'm trying to write for someone else, though, I try to write a little bit neater, and I usually write in cursive. If I write like cute letters or whatever, I love writing in cursive. When I was assigning my tip thingies at Applebee's, I'd always write thank you in cursive, and like I came up with this way to draw an exclamation point on the end of it, and it was actually kind of cute. It's like my signature thing that I put on every single individual receipt that went out to my tables if I was deciding to write on them that day. Some days I didn't write on them though, so yeah. Stick around for the next couple of episodes. Whoa, that's a bug. Stick around for the next couple of episodes because I'm probably going to be filming them within the next day, like tonight and tomorrow probably, because I'm off tomorrow. But I have to go pay my car payment, so I'm going to go do that. And I'm supposed to meet with some of my ex-coworkers. We're all meeting up at Applebee's to get drunk and raise some hell. So stick around for that. There's probably going to be a story time after it because we're probably going to get wretched. But I'm not going to get too drunk because I still have to drive home. So I'm going to get a little tipsy, then I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to sit there and talk shit with everyone for about an hour, and then I want to go home. Even though it like takes a lot for me to get drunk, and I'm not going to get drunk at Applebee's because I'm not that person. So yeah. That's basically just how I feel about that. I just feel like, honestly, my life there was hell. Like, I loved the job, I loved all the people I worked with, I loved what I did. It's just, it wasn't a good environment. It was very toxic for me, honestly. Like, I never felt, like, there were some days that I felt good after the end of a shift, but it was usually when, like, on slow days, and it was just me, basically like I was hanging out with all of my coworkers, because, like, they're basically my friends. Like, that's the only people I had time to hang around most of the time. Because, like, I was always at work. I was working, like, 6 days a week. And, like, 4 of those days were doubles. Or 2 or 3 of those days were doubles, depending on the week. And I was just working so much. Like, it took away from my actual friendships. And for that, I apologize. But I was really just trying to get that coin. Because I'm trying to make money moves. I'm not trying to stay in this hoe-ass town forever. Because I'm not letting that shit get to me. Cause fuck that. I got out once. I'm gonna get out again. I'm not gonna be stuck in this bitch. Fuck that shit. Like, this town is not anything good for me. I just need to get out so I can be myself. I can be happy. Like, I am happy right now, but I'm like, I think I could be so much happier if I were in a better place. I could be in a better place mentally if, like, it was a better city. You get what I'm saying? Like, if the city were more accepting, but like here it just sucks. Everyone knows everybody, and everybody's in everybody's business, and it's fucking ridiculous. My mouth is so fucking dry right now. But yeah, basically this episode's coming to an end, and it honestly went by super fast. At first it was going by kinda slow, but then I got into it, and I felt like really good about talking, and I just like stopped feeling awkward, and I think I just started ranting for a minute. So come back tomorrow, which is going to be later for me, but like maybe, you know, Wi-Fi takes a long time, so, you know, it just depends. At some point there's going to be another episode, so stick around. The doc will be back in session tomorrow at some point. Deuces.